Lord God is in everyone, and let me say welcome to everyone. And it's a beauty for us to be here this evening. I hope that whatever is being presented will be as such that will not only generate an interest of knowledge, but an interest of follower, interest of doing, so that we can all get results. Now, before we go any further, we just like to ask God to be with us. So let's just bow our heads for prayer. Father in heaven, we want to thank you for being here with us now. We want to thank you for giving us this privilege and this opportunity. We ask that your name be glorified and that your wish for us be realized. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All right. You know, there is something before I start talking here which I want to mention, and that is, there is a wish in the Bible. There is a wish in the Bible that the Apostle Paul made through inspiration, and it goes like this: I wish above all things. How many things? All things that we prosper and be in health. So it is God's wish for us to be healthy. So with this in mind, we're not just doing our own thing, we're doing God's thing. It is His wish for us. So let us do this and let Him bless us. Now, as you notice here on this slide, you will notice that your Health and Hope Fitness presents diet and exercise. And so you will notice here fitness, you will notice nutrition, you will notice attitude, and professional health care. A lot of emphasis has been placed on professional health care. Not enough has been placed on fitness, and probably too little on nutrition. And what do you think? What do you think has happened there?
She did a second year before.
So we were talking about not enough emphasis has been placed on fitness, on nutrition, but we must also have what is called the right.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that.
We must have what is called the right attitude. See, that's very important. In order for us to succeed, we must have the right attitude. And that's really important for us to keep in mind as we go through this. Now I want you to notice this slide here. You're talking about the whole person, and we're going to look at the web of chronic diseases. And in dealing with this issue, you will notice that the very first one we have there is called what? Tobacco, right?
Okay.
And you notice how the web goes? It goes everywhere. But you will notice here, cancer. Chronic lung disease. Cardiovascular disease.
No.
So what do we have here? We have alcohol use, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diet, physical activities, and then we have obesity. You will notice that, sorry, let me go back. You will notice that obesity, all the way here to cardiovascular disease. You will also notice diabetes, cancer. So that's very important for us to understand. Now, why it is so important for us to have exercise with good diet? Because now we know that exercise will help us with our what? Obesity, which will help us with what? Our cardiovascular diseases, which will help us with our what? Diabetes, and also what? Cancer. Okay, let's look at high blood pressure. If you notice here that high blood pressure goes up to what? Cardiovascular disease. But what happens from cardiovascular disease? Everything else seems to get into the way. So that's very, very important for us to know. There is something else on this statistic that I want you to notice. I want you to also notice in a survey, there are 23% of people who smoke. Yeah. 35% are what? Inactive. See that word here? 35% are inactive, but 42% are obese, and 25% have what? Diabetes. 25% have diabetes. So from that survey, here you will have, again, it's showing you that it's only, why it's just 80%. 80% of your progress is going to be a factor because of your diet, and 20% is exercise. So if you are exercising without the right diet, you will not achieve your optimum result. Here is the other one. You have the study of those with cancer. You will notice that from those that have cancer, 20% of them do what? Smoke, 30% are inactive, 29% are obese, 16% of a history of cardiovascular disease. What I want you to realize is that all those lifestyle diseases are interwoven with each other around the very same percentages. So that's very, very important for us. So I'm talking about diet. Why am I giving you all this? So that you will get to understand the importance of having a good diet. Because if I come to you and tell you you must have a good diet, and you feel everything is all right with you, you don't have any interest. You follow what I'm saying? I was speaking to a lady one time, and what did she say? She said, oh, I've been smoking for 65 years, and I'm okay. All right. 65 years she's smoking, and she's all right. She told herself she was all right. 5 years after we went to check on her, she was what? Dead. What she died from? She died from lung cancer. It didn't take too long, because by the time they detected that she had lung cancer, bam, it was almost at stage 4. She had just a matter couple of weeks, couple of months to go, right? So what I'm saying is that we have to always take stock, and let's look at the survey that was done on those with diabetes. Out of those with diabetes, 19% smoke, 30% are inactive, 59% are obese, 19% have a history of cardiovascular disease. What you notice going on with the percentages? You notice how they all are similar? So it is important to note here that if you have one problem, if you got one problem, you may end up having how many of them? All of them. That's important to note here. You have one, you may end up having how many? All. So that's very important to note here. All right, we're gonna move on with this slide here. This slide here is very important, and there are three things that there are at least 4 areas of this slide that is very important. Area number 1 is diabetes. Now I want you to look at this slide and notice something. This color is at the top, right? And that is what? Diabetes. That's on the top. Now, I want you to notice on this side here is the percentage of deaths. If you take a line from here and you come across here, you will get something like 75%. That's terrible. 75% of deaths outside there is as a result of what? Diabetes. Serious problem. Now I want you to notice the next one down is the respiratory diseases. And that's the chronic respiratory diseases. And that's a big deal. And you know why that's a big deal now? Because the air is so polluted to start with. Right? Now, you know one of the biggest problems that we have right now is called secondhand smoke. So you're going to notice, I want you to notice something very important. You see this color? That's the color we're talking about right now, right? I want you to notice something here. This is percentage, right? But you see this here? 0 to 4? Yes. 0 to 4 years? And you're seeing the color here? There's a 0 to 4 smoke? Where they get it from?
Secondhand.
So what are we doing to our children? What are we doing to them? Answer, just tell me what you think we're doing to them. We're killing them, that's right. We bring them into the world, we say we love them, and then we're doing what? We're killing them. We got to be extremely careful, right? And look at the edges and how the number, the percentage keep rising, right? So the percentage keep rising, we are destroying our children. Now, this is what happened. The next one is cancer. That's this color here. And I want you to just look at between 45 and 54. 45 and 54, which is these 2 columns. And if you take a line from here, you will notice we're talking about almost 50%. Let me ask you, what's the population of this country? Anybody remember? 330 million. Half of that is what?
12 something million.
How much million is half of that?
15 and some change.
150 plus 15 is how much? 165. So 165 million people in this country has a problem with what? Cancer. If that's not an epidemic, you think about it. So you try to understand why it is so important that if I could spend every day of my life holding meetings like that in every corner of Columbus, I'll do it. Because this message must go out. People must know that we are hurting ourselves. Now, let me ask you another question. How do people commit suicide? Anybody?
Hurt themselves.
They hurt themselves? Taking their own life through what? Pills? God? Hanging?
Unhealthy eating.
But give me a definition. Suicide is somebody that did what to themselves. All right. So you see, I don't want the word harm because I could harm myself by stumping my toe and just getting a little sprained toe, right? I want to use the right. I want us to get to the place where we must use the words in the right place and call the devil by its right name. The word is kill themselves. Okay? So now this is what happened. If you want to commit suicide, you can kill yourself instantly. Am I correct? You can kill yourself in 20 years. Does that make sense? You have a fast one and a slow one. Lots of people is going to be committing suicide and killing themselves, not even, I should say, conscious about it or recognizing that's what they are doing. And I know that we all want to enter the kingdom of heaven, right? Anybody commit suicide is going to get there? No. The answer is no. We're not going to get there if we commit suicide, right? So now we got to be extremely careful. Because the Bible says our body is what? The temple of God. And the Bible says that if we destroy this temple, God is going to do what to us? Destroy us. That's why it is so important for us to love our bodies, love ourselves, and let us always remember, love yourself. There is nothing wrong in you loving yourself. Please love yourself. The Bible told you to love yourself. He said, love your neighbor as what? Yourself. Please love yourself. Okay? Very important. So the last one we have is CVD, and that is cardiovascular disease. And you notice here that as you get older, you will notice with that one, as you get older, it becomes a huge problem. Okay? Now, let me go here. That's living dangerously. That's a dangerous life. Yeah. You see, the advertisers are very smart because when you go to get these things, they call it Happy Meal and them. you see, people behaving there like happiness. That's a real problem. That's like happy going to your death, right? So we have to let us not live dangerously. Let us be careful with our diet. Because the next slide is telling you that don't be scared. Don't be scared. When I say 1 in 3 people here is going to have cancer, don't be scared. I'm not saying 1, 2, 3, you got it. 1, 2, 3, you got it. That's not what I'm saying. That's not how the statistics run, okay? So don't be scared. But you got 4 people there, one is going down with cancer. And that was them. And I want to ask you a question. This was done a long time ago, right? Now, that was done in 2007, right? Based on a 2007 statistic. A while ago, we discovered, what percentage did we discover? 50%. So now, it's not 1 in 4, but 1 in what? 2. So we have a real problem on our hand, right? And you know it by just the funeral agencies, you know it by your neighbors, your friends, your co-workers, you know it, you hear it every day. Now, let me ask you, before I give you that slide, I want to ask a question. What's the third cause of death in this country. Number 3.
Yeah.
Car accident.
Car accidents. Car accidents is getting there, you know. It's really, really getting there. But you need
Salt,
to
salt, sugar, hill. Got me hill.
What? Which one you think? You was thinking something?
Cancer.
No? If you want to die, go in the hospital. Let me just give you a joke. I had an accident. I had an accident in the state of New Jersey, and what happened? I walked at night that time, and I came to a stop sign, and when I got at the stop sign, I fell asleep. I fell asleep right there, and the vehicle moved right into the intersection. And the next thing I know, I landed on the side of the road in a beautiful, there was a car, and I fit in between 2 cars, parked as though an angel just took that car. And then the lady was inside of her house. She ran out and she was screaming. And then she said, "Are you all right?" I said, and then she said, "Who?" She said, "That was my husband. He just walked out here, and that's right where he parked." And so the ambulance came and they took me to the hospital and everything else, checked me out, tell me I had a little sprain in the neck, put a little thing on my neck, keep my neck straight. Then they tell me that I can't go home, they want to leave me overnight. I say, "Listen, I don't know if I'm staying here overnight. I got to get out there." They tell me, "No, you can't leave." I say, "I can't leave, who says so?" I say, "If you ain't bring me paper quick for me to sign to give you a waiver, I'm gone." Boy, they run and get that paper so fast. So I could sign and get out. I walk right outside with my straight leg. I get somebody to call somebody to come get me and I get out there. Because I know if I spend one night in the hospital, that might be 5 years short of my life. Yeah. So, take a look at this. Current prevalence of chronic diseases in the United States in 2000, approximately 125 million Americans, 45% of the population had chronic conditions, and 61 million, 21% of the population had multiple chronic diseases. Isn't that scary? According to the 2004 report in 2004, now I briefly gave you 2000, right? In 2004, almost half of all Americans, didn't I just show you the graph? 100 and how much?
33.
We did the math right? 133 million people live with chronic condition. People with chronic condition account for 83% of the healthcare spending, and those with 5 or more chronic conditions have an average of almost 15 physician visits and fill over 50 prescriptions in a year. Man, woo, what are we doing here? That's our diet. That's the wrong diet. You see what I'm saying? That's the wrong diet. We need a better diet than this. Right? All right. Now, I'm giving you all this because I need you to know that those lifestyle diseases are diseases like diabetes, cholesterol, heart disease, weight gain, premature aging, high blood pressure, and premature bone loss. All right? Now, this is an idea of when your diet is not right, what happens. What do you notice happening here? You see, this is abnormal. Okay? Now you see what's happening here? As the diet gets, you remember those happy meals? Remember the happy people? You see how you're pulling up? And this is where you're coming up to the stroke stage. We want to avoid it. We want to avoid this condition, okay? So we're going to do our best. Let me go to another part here. I want to look at this because this is chronic disease in the US. And this is by millions of Americans on this side and the end at the bottom. And you will notice something is happening here. It is not behaving like the stock market. How does the stock market goes? What this is doing?
It's going up. Something ain't right.
Something must ain't right with this picture. Now, I was talking to a lady, you know, and she said to me, she has about 3 or 4 lifestyle diseases. So I said to her, how long were you sick? He said, about 20 years. Now, I said, you've been seeing doctor for all these 20 years? Oh, yes, I've been going to doctor. I said, and let me ask you a question, have you been getting better? She said, no. I said, what are they doing to you? They increasing the medication, it's getting stronger, and you're getting what? Sicker. I said, so you can see something is wrong with that? I said, you don't understand that you need to do something different? Doesn't that make sense? How could you be doing the same old thing over and over and expect to get a different result? We have to do something different, right? Now, this is important. Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of diets out there, all right? And there's a lot of people on diets. Always remember that. So let's not. This is what lots of people on diet out there. You understand? On the scale all the time. But you know there is something about those diets, a lot of those diets, when you finish with them, and you feel you get where you want to be, and then you start to relax yourself, what happened?
Get it
To get results, you must what? Sacrifice. You don't expect to keep doing the very same thing over and over and expect to get better results. The situation is only going to get worse, not better. So it's called for sacrifice. Right? Now, you have what you call going to war on your heart. These are really going to war on your heart. How many of you like barbecues? I remember I talked to somebody one day, and you know, it was so funny. They invited me to this, you know, outside barbecue thing. Everybody, the grill burning and smoke, things smelling. And those things could get me sick, man. But you know, he's my friend, so I'm hanging out, you know. And I said, listen, you have a lot of problems going on right now inside you, man, with this barbecue stuff. I said, do you know that's the most dangerous meat, the most dangerous form of food that anyone can put in his stomach? Did you ever? Did you all know that? Huh? They say it's healthy. Look at who do the study. It's just like somebody come and tell you alcohol is really good for you. And then afterwards your liver start going. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand who is doing the study. Right?
I heard that the dark part that I love is really bad.
That is the dangerous one.
That's my favorite.
That is the one that will kill you.
Yes.
That is the carcinogen you're talking about here. When you eat meats, whatever you put on that coal, on that, how do you call it? Put on that, yeah, on the charcoal or whatever you put it. So well, after explaining, I dull the whole thing, but I probably see somebody like that, right? Now, All right. The good life is killing us, right? It's killing us, man. That good life, man. That good life is killing us. You have countries that never had this lifestyle diseases. Never. It was very, very low. As soon as they get this good life, as soon as they open up those, the people start getting sick. Now, I came from the Caribbean, the island of Grenada, right? And this is how we used to prepare our meals. So my mother will call me and she will say, Patrick, go and get some yam. I just go right in and I will fix it. And as you're coming back, just pick some cucumbers and bring it up. That is how we ate. You know, I will go all in the morning. By 5 o'clock, I'm already in the garden. And I have breakfast. What's my breakfast? I'm going to root up a couple carrots, pick a couple cucumbers, sit right there, and have my breakfast. And then go to work and come back and prepare myself for school or whatever. You know, in order for me to pay my schooling, when I was doing civil engineering, and I was paying in funds because I was doing it with the London Education Association. And I paid my school fees by getting up 5 o'clock in the morning and go and make shot crops. You know what shot crops are? Things like lettuce and cucumbers and beets and turnips and all those things and like that. And that's what I made. My mother will go sell it for me and I will get this money to pay my school. So I had friends that was hanging out. You understand? They was hanging out all day having fun. Why? I was not belonging to that group. I could have made the choice, right? But we have to make good choices. And part of the good choice we must make is good diet in order for us to live that. So we have some important things that we want to look at here. We want to look at some of the nutritions that we need in order to keep us healthy. All right, I'm going to speed up here because there is something else which I want you to know. Now, let me switch right here and let's take a look at this. You know, we need vitamin A, am I right? So we need this. We can get this from things like carrots and so on, right? So don't skip your carrots. Eat it, right? You get the lycopene and so you get it from one tomato, but use the tomato, kind of boil it a little. Have it boil a little. Steam it, I should say. I love my steamed tomato. Now, I'm going to tell you one of the great injustices that we do to good food. And some of the injustice that we do to good food is as a result of tradition. What did I say? As a result of what? Tradition. Let me ask you, can you turn tomato into a bad food?
Yes.
By doing what to it?
Overcooked.
Turn it into ketchup? All right?
Overcooked.
Overcooking? What else? Let me ask you, what's the tradition down here with tomato?
Fried green tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we killing ourselves like this? Tradition, tradition, tradition. That's why Jesus Christ warned us about traditions, because it's dangerous to us. All right? Don't take good food and hurt ourselves with it. Okay, so be careful with this fried tomato business, okay? All right, you know, you want to get your lutein, you want to be able to use your broccoli sprout and your spinach and things like that, right? You want to use your apples and your onions. Onions are awesome, you know. Don't afraid to use your onions. Use your onions. You're going to hear a lot about those things. Let me give you a little thing here. If you can attain every meeting here, when you finish, you will be a different person, a healthier person, and God will give you the power to make the choices you need to make. I want you to know this because then we have some information coming up here that's going to really, really blow your mind. And you will be empowered to do the right thing, right? Peter and Sheila, stand up already. I want them to see you because they're going to hear from you later on, right? Right? They are also expert and has a lot of information in terms of remedies, etc. to give to us. On Sunday, we will be doing what is called when the doctor is not around. You cannot afford to miss this. And also, when we do this, at the end, we're going to have a smoothie festival where everybody is going to get a smoothie to drink. Right? That's going to be awesome. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow morning, if you guys could make it to be here, we will be doing something called the 8 doctors. How many doctors? 8 doctors. You follow them, you could never go wrong. And we will be doing this, and then in the evening time, do you have your paper? You see, in the evening, we have ways of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. You're going to get information from this session that that's going to remain with you for your lifetime. This is not a joke seminar here. It's not a joke session. It's one that will change life and prepare us for eternal life. Okay? So just keep this in mind. I just want you to just halt there here a minute to let you know this. And we need to what? Evaluate our immune system. Your immune system. Now let me ask you, how many of us have cancer? How many of us have cancer? Only 3 people, myself, 1, 2, 3, I don't have cancer. Nobody else have cancer? Well, I'm so happy for you all if you all have no cancer. I'm really happy for you all. You know, every one of us have cancer. That's why a good diet is so important. Because there is a doctor, there is a cure inside of you. And the only cure for cancer is called what? What is it called? The immune system. And that is what kills the cancer cells that comes up in you and me. Every day that comes up, bam! And the immune system weakens. Okay? Alright. So enrich your diet. You need antioxidant. It will inhibit the growth of cancer cells or directly kill them. Vitamin E inhibits the growth of prostate, breast, gastric, pancreatic, oral, squamous cancer cells. That is so important. Don't be afraid to take your vitamin E. You understand? That's really important. Let me, this is what vitamin C is very, very healthy. It's an effective cancer inhibitor. And also additional selenium is a mineral that works with vitamin E to neutralize free radical damage to lipids in the cell membrane. So we have to, those diets are very important. This is what, this next year, you always hear people tell you that you have to eat meat in order to get nutrients, right? Well, it's not really true. You can put your phone number there, make sure the phone number that you have there is a mobile phone number. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you what I will call a nutritional values of the vegetables, the fruits, and also flesh. I'm going to give you all three and nuts. You're going to get them all. And the reason why I'm giving you them is that you can see for yourself that you do not need to eat any flesh to get any nutrition whatsoever. They lied to us and told us that we need to drink milk. For what? Strong bones and teeth. And I know somebody who drinks milk every day and they lose all the teeth in their mouth. They tell you that you have to have strong bones and teeth and you're changing knees and they're changing hips all the time. They're drinking milk and changing bones, changing. You see what I'm saying? It's not true. It's just advertising in order to support big farmers. Right? So you don't believe the government lie to you too? Oh yeah, they do. Big time. Alright. So always remember this. God made those things and He put the right nutrition in. And this page here actually talk about the nutritional facts of beans and legumes. That's really, really important. Right? There is a gentleman in the Bible. Somebody here might be able to remind me about him. It just came to me while I was speaking to him. His name is Caleb. Right? He was 85. Was he 85 or 125? Well, he was way up in age. And then he said he feel like 40. You feel like, somewhere in Joshua it is. Yeah, he's talking about how he's like 40. You know something? Let me tell you this. In 1990, right, insurance company pulled away the coverage from me. Because they said I was a time bomb ready to die. I could explode any minute. Because my cholesterol was way up the road and I was a cheese lover. How many here love cheese? Oh, when I cut it, listen, when I cut cheese, I have to cut it at minimum quarter-inch thick. Slap it between my Woo! I love it. But I almost paid the price. You understand? But when my doctor asked me, what do you want to do? Do you want to go on pill for the rest of your life or you want to go on a diet? I said diet. After 6 months, I was good. He said, what do you want to do? I said, give me another 6 months. When I get the next 6 months, I was getting letters in my mail from the insurance companies. Everybody fighting to cover me now. I was getting letters upon letters. I said, wow, this thing is working. So the doctor asked me, said, what do you want to do? I said, that's my life now. But listen what he told me. When I went to him, he said to me, I need you to stop eat what? Cheese. I need you to stop eat what? Eggs. I need you to stop dairy completely. I need you to stop eat flesh. And he was going down. So I talked to him and I said, well, better I die. What am I going to do? He said, oh no, you're not going to die. He said, you're not going to die, I'll tell you what to eat. And he just told me, eat vegetables, fruits, nuts. Do this. And I started to do this, man. I started to have energy. I started to feel good. And then I started to learn about things like Kayal and other things which you're going to get information about later. I had energy to burn. I said, I ain't going back. You understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is that there is a better way for us, which is God's way. If we go back to what He gave us to eat in terms of diet, remember I'm doing diet and exercise. So as it relates to diet, in the book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29, God was very specific when He told Adam and Eve how He wanted them to eat. Very specific. He said, this I will give you for food. That I will give you for meat. He never mentioned flesh. Now, you know how flesh came into being? flesh came into being, people started eating flesh because of what? Eh? No.
Sin.
Eh?
Sin.
Sin. That's the word. Flesh eating came about because of sin. What body flood? What body flood? Flesh eating came about because of sin. You understand? And so we have to understand that if you read Psalms 79, you're going to see that it's so clearly defined. When the psalmist explained the idea of the manna. And he says that God allowed them to eat meat because they refused the manna. He said he gave them up to their own lust. So by eating flesh, we are only giving into our own what? Lust. So we are destroying ourselves. It is in Psalm 79. So we have to understand that this came about because of our own desire and our own lust. Right? So that was not God's intention for us. And so for that reason, we are suffering the consequence of it. And so this chart that I have here, which I'm going to probably shoot to you once you leave your phone number here, it talks about all the nutrition and all the different beans, and it talks about the protein. And we're talking about, when you talk about the protein, you're talking about 12.9 grams of protein, all the way down to 15 grams of protein, 17 grams of protein. I mean, you have a high number of, even cranberry. Cranberry is high in protein, you know, see that? 16.53 grams of protein. And the point I'm trying to make here is that how many do you have to eat to get those grams of protein I'm talking about? If you follow it, you see how many? How many? 1 cup. God has everything made out for us already. Right? So if we follow, we're going to be okay. And usually you're going to have all this information because that's very, very important. So that you could know when I tell you, oh yeah.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
cranberries are good for you.
Oh yeah.
Are craisins good?
The what?
You know what craisins are? They're kind of like raisins, but is it cranberry? Dried cranberries that like put in salads.
All the mix. It's a cranberry raisin mix.
Oh, it's a cranberry that is dry and sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they put added sugar.
See, that's what.
So we have to be careful with what is called added sugar. You see, always remember, added sugar is one of the greatest problem that we have is added sugar. You know, let me tell you, sometimes people think sugar is bad for you. Sugar is energy. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand that when you're taking sugar, it's only going to be instant energy. But when you have the added amount of sugar, your liver cannot deal with it and it's going to dump it somewhere. And some people get it on the sideline, some people get it on the arms, the chest line, the thighs. You just put it in. And depends on where it dumps it, cause you to develop certain diseases. You see, so we have to be very careful with this. All right. Now, your colored fruits are very important. Don't forget that. Those that are colored are very important, right? Very. Now, you see here your orange, yellow, green, and they tell you exactly the benefits. They tell you the benefits of them. And all what the different color means to you. That might be something that you might want to get to, you know. So we have to prepare a handout on Sunday so that you guys get a nice little package to go with, right? Right? But listen, it is important that we remain focused with this because this is going to be very good for us. All right. The next one is dealing with the vegetables. We have kale and spinach and all the different vegetables here, and it tells you the fiber, the protein, the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. I choose this here so that I know that this will help you as you prepare. Vitamin K is very, very good, you know. So tell me what vitamin K is good for. Anybody know? Vitamin K. Yeah? Blood clot. Right? So you know, everything that God put here is it's just awesome and it's good for us. So I want you to do. You know, zinc is very important, right? Zinc is very important. Very important for especially mothers, pregnant mothers and babies, as a very small, very important. You know if you lack zinc, you inhibit growth. You destroy how tall you may end up being. Right. Okay. We got books like we got some books here that are really important. Food and the Healing Powers and Medicine and other important books here. On Sunday you could actually have all those information. I will give you as much as you can, so you can have the necessary tools in your home to really help you. I call those books the doctors in your home. So you refer to it and you're able to do what you got to do. All right. Now, steps to cut your odds. So that's where we're going to go here now. Now, in going here to tell you some of the steps, experts advise lose 5 to 7% of your body weight. This means to drop 1 dress size. How many dress sizes did you drop? 2 or 1? 1? 2 dress sizes. How long you started with it? How long you started? In December. When the first time you came in, I think when I remember, when I tested your sugar, it was 166. I remember that very, very well. And I said, oh man, 166. I got to do something. But there is one thing I have to say about you, Miriam, is that you never falter, you never give up. You remain faithful to getting better health, and God has really blessed you with this. You have no more, your sugar is normal, and it's no more high at any, it's just awesome. She has no more, look, sometimes I'm so happy I can't say what I want to say. I'm happy for her. It's all gone, right? And that's a very, very, very good thing. Now, I'll tell you what. Jeff, do you know this guy? Anybody know this guy? Jeff, stand up. Let me see him. Anybody know this guy? Jeff, I want you to take the pants with you so where I put it closer. I'll tell you what happened. Sometimes what happens is this. I'll tell you this. You go some places and you see people talking about losing weight, and then you see what? You see those pictures, and some of them are made up. None of the people who come through me is making up nothing. They are real results you're talking about, right? Let me tell you, when I came down with mastitis, right?
And the guy, she's looking like, woo!
Yeah. So listen, this guy had no energy at all. This guy came to me. This guy was about 350 pounds and he almost dragging me coming. And I'm looking at him. And when he came to me, I said to him, I cannot help you. And his eyes opened like that and he watched me. And I could see his face was getting rough. You know what I mean? Because this guy, at that time, he wasn't smiling like that. His face was rough, constantly rough. And so I said, wow. I said, I can't help you. And I see he was changing, and he was changing really fast. I said, but I know somebody. I said, he's going to help you. He's going to use me to help. I said, but there is something that we must do. We must do a devotion before you start to exercise. We must read a scripture. We must ask him to be part of this. And so he consented to this, right? So today he can stand and give God the glory. Like this. See what I'm saying? Now, a lot of condition got better with him when he came. He used to pee every 5 minutes. He stopped that. he was like a guy you ever know the little diabetic, and only shortly after that we realized that it was really serious for real because his brother died from the kidney from then we realized afterwards when we checked the symptoms he was having, we realized that he definitely had what? Diabetes. And this guy has nothing like that. He's overjoyed. You see, he's always happy now. You knew him before? You knew him when he's happy, right? You should have known him when he was sad. And I'm so happy that God has really delivered you and you stick with the program and bless you. All right? Yeah. Now, we have to, as I was saying that, you got to have courage and you got to take steps. Okay? Now, everybody read this already? All right. I will go to the next one. A landmark study has proven that overweight people with pre-diabetes who follow the healthy lifestyle, what happened to them? They change the prognosis by losing how much? 7% of their body weight. The overweight people who walk for 30 minutes, 6 days a week, lower the risk of diabetes by how much percent? 58%. Wow, that's awesome. Right? So we cannot just stay and do nothing. We have to start getting active, right? Okay. And we have to start eating food. Let me go to this one here quickly. Because we got to start eating food on the low glycemic food. That means to have more fruits, veggies, and whole grain. We got to cut out the white flour, the white bread, white rice, white pasta. Those that have no nutritional value in them, As I said before that, you got to make the sacrifice and get the right stuff going. All right? So, those who got fiber from veggies and fruits were 27% less prone to develop diabetes. Isn't that awesome? Who here likes snacking? How often you do that? Every 15 minutes? let me ask you. Have you ever seen somebody going like this? You look at them for 20 minutes and they go like this for the whole 20 minutes. Have you ever seen that? For 20 minutes. How are you doing? All day. Have you ever seen that? Is that healthy? Is that good? That's bad. Really bad. If you want to have healthy stomach, you gotta cut this out. Right? You might save yourself from ulcers. Also cancer too. Of the stomach. How many of you like soda? How many of you like soda? Soda. Oh wow. Well, you have to remember that's not too good. It's not too good. In a recent study from the Boston University, a single daily serving of soda sent blood sugar soaring and sent metabolic syndrome risk by a staggering 44%. Not a good thing. All right? Drink water. Consume foods that are rich in calcium, vitamin B, and other trace minerals such as cauliflower, collard greens, spinach, nuts, and you will lower your metabolic syndrome risk by 62%, as recently documented in the study. Yes. Which one? Boiled nuts? Oh, all nuts? Well, I have to say yes, but you just have to, you got to be careful. You can't just eat too many of it, you know? If you eat too many of it, you could get you sick too. Yeah, you have to eat just enough of it, right?
Not roasted pepper.
Not?
Not roasted pepper.
Not,
Prefer not to roast.
oh, not roasting it. You say don't roast it. Use it raw, in its raw form. It's best in its fresh raw form. And you know what? I think one of the study I was reading is eating of the shell is always the best. Yeah. So get at least 30 minutes of activities. Okay? Get at least 30 minutes of activities. Now listen. You got to understand that every one of you here can exercise and do very well with it. Very well. Listen what I'm saying. There is somebody who came to exercise, right? When they came, they only keep saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do the next. I can't do this. Right? But that person today is not saying I can't do this. They're only turning to me, what next? What next? What next? Look at her there. Yeah. So you see, just let me say this. There is don't when you come, if you come to me, you're gonna start from where you are capable of. And then you're gonna move up. You're gonna move up. When Jeff started, he could run. Could not run. Tell the guy to run. Shoot Jack, can run. Right? You know, I said, look, I need you to go on the 2 miles and come back there. See what I'm saying? It makes a big difference. Right? I even think, man, I'm going to run. When she comes, she couldn't run at all. When I say, okay, I want you to go outside and do 5 laps. She walked the whole 5. She ain't running nothing. You understand? But now she's running. How many are you running at 35 now?
I run 5.
Ooh, man. She, no, not 5, but 10. So she's running 5 now and walking 5. Big improvement. Okay? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this so that you know that you can what? Do it. You can get active. And 30 minutes is really, really important and what you need. All right. We're talking about preventing diseases. All right. So we almost finished this slide. Magnesium prevents and manages disorders such as hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes. Now this is what I want you to know. You ever hear of black strap molasses? You heard of it, right? Now I would like for each one of you to start having that in your home. Please. I want you to do me a favor. You're going to see the difference. Black strap molasses. Take 1 tablespoon. Just 1 tablespoon a day. You don't need nothing more than that. So that means it's going to cost you about $7.00 to get a bottle of country life. And you take 1 tablespoon a day, it's going to last you for a couple of weeks, right? But it's going to give you the required amount that you need. Just 1 tablespoon. Okay? So just don't forget it. Now, spinach is very good. Now, how many of you like almond nuts? Oh, that's awesome. How many almond nuts you should be eating?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, when you put it in your hand like this, some people's hands are different. But this is what happened. You have people that when they get it on or not, they want to finish it in one day. So they keep just eating and they go back and keep going all day until it's finished. Then they start to say, okay, I know more now. I gotta wait. Okay? Not so. Take your time. There is one thing that you're going to learn tomorrow. There is something called temperance. You're going to learn about it. Right? And you're going to see how that's going to play a major role. Okay? You will learn about it. And so this is going to be awesome for you to understand. The number 8 is significant when it comes to our life. Very significant. It's amazing. I was reading in the scripture promise, just 8. 8 almond a day. And it turns out that the nutritionists and the facts bear this out. That 8 almond a day gives you the amount you need in nutritional value for your daily supply. Straight up the hour. So God knows what He's doing. He's telling us what we should do. He's giving us beforehand. And so I want you to keep that in mind also. All right.
As we come down to the end, we are almost there. Adam and Eve died, reaching what?
Reaching what? And
Fruits.
reaching what?
Whole grain.
Reaching omega-3, which is flaxseed, nuts, and olive oil. But let me tell you something. Olive oil is good, right? But be careful. Because you get in the oil from the nuts. So be careful. Some people take olive oil and that will get you sick too. So be careful, okay? If you want to measure your olive oil by just a teaspoon or tablespoon, spoon is going to do you really good. But you will get to know more about that a little later on when you start getting in details. Rich in protein is what? Nuts and veggies. Whoa, who here like potatoes? Wow. Well, none of you here should be suffering from any protein. So you don't need meat. You see that already? And it's high in protein, It's high in protein. Now, who here like beans? Protein have more. Beans has more protein than flesh. Much more. But advise you, just soak it. Soak it overnight before you use it, okay? And you will get good benefit from it. You will also remove the gassy part of it that also might have you going in action. The Mediterranean, the Mediterranean diet, or they call it rich in whole grain, rich in fruits, rich in vegetables, and lean protein, etc. All right, we will try to give you this for your handout too. What I'm likely to do though is I'm going to create something like this for you. So everything that we go through here, everyone is going to get a full set of this. I will have it ready by Sunday when we go through, because I think Peter and Sheila might have some that we can put with it. You guys are going to get information, enough information to help you. Cardiovascular health, and that's very important. Weight management is very important because you want to improve the blood pressure, you want to improve the sugar, you want to reduce the blood pressure for hypertensive patients, care of arterial inflammation, cancer prevention, and if you like hazelnuts, have anybody here about hazelnuts? You love it? Yeah, it helps in the arteries, really good. You make sure you put it in your diet because it's really good. And we all need to keep that artery clear. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, really, really, really good. All right. So what we have here is the importance of exercise. I just want to touch that briefly with you. Physical activities or exercise can improve your health and reduce the risk of developing several lifestyle diseases. Physical activities and exercise can immediately and long-term health benefit. Most important, regular activities can improve your quality of life. Okay? Now, who here doesn't want a better quality of life? In fact, exercise is one of the most important parts of keeping your body at a healthy weight. Exercise helps people lose weight and lower the risk of some diseases. Exercise to maintain a healthy weight decreases the personal risk of developing certain diseases, including type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Now, when you come to me, what happens is that every morning, what do you do, Miriam? Every morning? Check your blood pressure, and you check your pulse, make sure you have when you're walking that your heart target rate is met and you don't surpass it. You know, we take good care. Whenever you are weighed, we keep a record of your bone density to make sure that if we go out of the range, we could know that you're having a problem or not, you see? So we also keep a record of that too. You know, that's very important, your bone density, to know it and watch it, because that's a sign of getting into problems. Now it tends to increase, let me go to the next page quickly. It tends to increase appetite, reduce constipation, and promote quality of sleep. The benefit of exercise diminish within months after a person stops exercising. So health strength, muscle strength, and the level of HDL cholesterol decreases, whereas blood pressure and body fat increases. So it is important that you what? Maintain exercise. Very important that you do this, right? When God made man, what he told them to do? He told them to do what? Exercise. Where did I get this? He didn't tell them exercise in the word exercise, but he told them to keep the garden. Have any of you tried to keep a garden before? No, I could tell you about keeping garden because I know about it. It's hard work. It's work. It's good exercise. Listen, when you go to cut bush, you know, you guys don't understand because you are using lawnmower, you're pushing everything, you're riding. You see, you guys are not getting the benefit of it. No, I will have my thing. That's the way we do it. We cut them down and go. And we on for 40, 50 minutes, we cover in areas. Well, no, you guys are plowed. So you just driving behind and the thing behind you going like this and you turn it up. You go and you buy a tiller and you're having fun. You're not getting anything. No. We use the hoe. We use the hoe. We turn the soil. We use the fork. We turn the soil. We will prepare a place big like this in one day. You know what I mean? That is what we're talking about. Keeping this one. So we work, right? We working is part of what God has done for us. So if you sit in doing nothing, you will have a real problem. All right? So the importance of exercise decreases what? The risk of diseases, feel good physically, look better, sleep better, live longer, keep what? In shape, so you enjoy leisure activity, avoid injury, safe perform work, burn calories, etc., etc. All right. Now, this is what happens. It makes you feel better about yourself. You reduce the chances of becoming depressed, get along better, have stronger muscle, bones, achieve and maintain healthier weight, and be with friends and meet new people. Just give you a good set of confidence. According to the Center for Disease Control, exercise can reduce your risk of what? Take a look at all these things there. See that? You can heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, obesity, depression, breast and colon cancer, osteoporosis. So the benefit of regular exercise, I want to go here, I want to make a skip here, and I'm going to ask you to just aim for 30 minutes. Where? Let me see. But aim for at least 30 minutes to maintain health and reduce your risk of health problems. Health professionals research recommended minimum of 30 minutes to moderate intense physical activities are most preferable all day. So you can do a lot. Try to do 30 minutes. If you are not strong yet, do 15 and 15. Do 10, 10, 10, 10. But make sure at the end of the day you do 30 until you're able to keep your 30, 45, increase yourself from strength to strength, from strength to strength. Well, this is where we're going to cut off this session here. And I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you will make a decision to be here with us tomorrow. How many of you are planning to be here with us tomorrow? Right? We're going to have a really good time here. We're going to learn a lot. The session, we got 2 sessions tomorrow, and we will definitely like to let your friends know that good things are happening here. We want them to be part of it, and we will certainly know God will bless us. Tomorrow, God's willing, you're going to hear from Peter and Sheila. You're going to hear from me less and more from them. All right? But they got a lot to tell us tomorrow, and we hope by God's grace that we all will benefit. So let us do this. We're going to do our exercise song, which we're going to do every day. All right? So I want you to stand as we do our exercise song to close today's session. All right? Now, I want you to. Oh, yes, put your hand up. All right. And I want you to go. You say arm in right, outright, upright, downright, happy all the time. Arm in right, outright, upright, downright, I'm happy all the time. I'm in right, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ gave me and saved my soul from sin, I'm in right, upright, downright. I want you to go a little faster. All right. That's good. I'm in right, upright, downright, happy all the time. I'm in right, upright, downright, happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ gave me and saved my soul from sin, I'm in right, upright, downright, happy all the time. All right. So that's, and then we have another one we're going to do, but Sunday we're going to do that one. It's called Father Abraham. And we're going to boom. Okay. So let's just, we're going to have a prayer. The close, we're going to have to. Yes.
Heavenly Father,